Hello and welcome to Channel Sport on Sunday. I'm Ken Ochenogo. Guys, you see, before you guys come, before they bring me on, what they do behind the scene here, I think one day I'm going to document it, and I know that it is time for me to start speaking to my lawyers. But we talk sport, we don't talk law here. The Catalan is also in the house for now. Hello, Theo.
Yes, boss. It's good to be back.
All right.
Good to be back, yeah.
We're going to have a bumper show today. Mind you, in the next 24 hours also, we're talking about deadline. Less than 24 hours, we're talking about deadline day, because from 12 midnight today up to, the first of the month, 12 midnight on the 1st of September.
Yeah, 12 midnight.
Yeah, I mean, so either you sign or you don't sign. But drama. The drama actually. A lot of this, has happened in this transfer season. Talking about players of Nigerian players. I'm talking about Nigerian players. The issue of Ademola Lookman is still very much on. We don't know what is going to happen in the next 24 hours. Will he move or will he stay? So we're trying to sort that out. Lesnar Isak is there from Newcastle to Liverpool. It's not too far. But then that journey is taking more than 1,000 years to happen. I want to go, we don't want to sell. Meet our valuations. It's all there. Isak, we are just saying that Wissa has just also put in his resignation. Okay. That is, look, he said, I want to leave, man. He has not resigned. He still have his contract there. But he said, release me. I want to go. But there is the one that beats all as we speak. Is the case of Nicholas Jackson. Nicholas Jackson, Chelsea was told the young man, you are surplus to requirement. You are not, the manager said, you are not in my plans this season again. Go and look for a club. His manager went and got a club for him, Bayern. And they said, okay, you can go on loan, and then, with a clause there that at the end of the day, if it's okay, you can buy. Fine. Then the young man left London and landed at Munich. And as we speak, Chelsea come back. Because one of those players they bought, Dela Pliam, who is injured, until that guy comes back, we're not going to let you go. So you come back and sit. Is he coming back to sit on the bench, or is he coming back to, to be part of the manager's plans all of a sudden? And from what we are hearing, the player says, I'm not coming back. So we don't know what the standstill is going to, what is going to result, in that. But I tell you this, contract, there are different sides to contract. Isak is saying, you promised me. Lookman is saying, you also made me a promise that if so and so thing happens, we should go. But those guys say it is a valuation. And then we're not going to sell you to, a club unless they meet certain valuation. We don't do it to our rival, they're rivals. So basically, a lot of things are involved. We've also spoken to some, people who are knowledgeable in this, especially some agents. And they said, promise, no matter how much, unless probably there is a third party who say, okay, that is like an oral contract to your existing contract. If it is not added into your contract, they're talking about something being null and void. So basically, that is what we are saying here. I mean, there are times you look at, what we should be talking when it comes to Sokive. Let us, keep to the tenets. Let us keep to what is signed. Let us keep to, whatever it is there. But at times, when you promise a player, when you make a promise, haba, why not keep it? Why not keep it? Catalan.
Boss.
Yes.
It's sad. When the clubs do these things,
yes,
or when the players begin to act out,
yes,
a lot of times you see people coming out and say, oh, you signed a contract. You're supposed to honor your contract.
Yes.
And that's the way it's supposed to be. And you see fans tearing at the players,
yeah,
calling them all manners and all sort of names. We saw what happened with Isak in the stadium, where the Newcastle fans were calling him all manner of vile and unprintable names because he was trying to force a transfer. Even though the gentleman came out and said, we had an agreement. Yeah. Now, you said this, and other agents can corroborate because it's factual, that having a gentleman's agreement, shaking hands and saying, oh, we will grant you a move come end of the season or whatnot. It's not enforceable, and you cannot push for it. But we've seen players push for it, and at the end of the day, some of them get their wishes, some don't. I remember with Luis Suarez back in the day with Liverpool. After all was said and done, he remained at Liverpool, scored a couple of goals before Barca came and snapped him up, and a couple of players that happened to like that. But looking at the case of this case of Jackson right now, I don't understand what is going on. The player went to the World Club Cup with Chelsea. Chelsea around that time assigned Delap and then obviously João Pedro, who is scoring goals for fun right now, and they assigned him as well. And Jackson knew that he was going to sit on the bench. Mind you, he was a starter last season for Chelsea, and they felt, oh, they could do better. Going into the window and splashing on attacking players, bringing in Delap, bringing in João Pedro. Garnacho just joined from Manchester United, you know, and the guy began to weigh his options and say, it's like, people don't want to play me anymore. What do I do? The coach said, yes, you're not part of my plans. Find yourself a club. Yeah. And what happens? His agent gets to work and goes around the world and is trying to see if he can get him a very good offer. And he gets him Bayern Munich. A thing whereby he's guaranteed to get a trophy, even if he might not play as much because there's a hurricane there. But I understand why company might want a player in Jackson's profile. A backup player for Hurricane.
A backup player. Sometimes it's not just a backup player. Yeah. You might have to play 4-4-2.
Yeah, but no. Okay, we can say there's a Serge Gnabry and a Luis Diaz who is doing well.
Definitely.
Well. But we play with a player like Jackson.
You can throw them to the wings.
You can tweak your formation.
Why not?
What if Hurricane gets injured? What if something happens? You know. He got Bayern Munich. It's not a small club. And this was after you told him to look for a club. You just even told Bayern that, okay, we don't just, you can loan him out, but we want an option to buy come end of the season. Yes. And this young man had gone, he flew down to Bayern, flew down to Munich, and was trying to get the contract over with. And the next thing, Della picks up an injury, and Chelsea tells him to come back. You need to see his agents all over social media. He's been going crazy. It is enough. I really can't blame the man. It is
enough. To broker a deal, not be Gary.
I can imagine the stress.
To get Bayern.
Yes.
It's not as if other clubs didn't come for him.
Definitely.
But he was looking to get a top-notch club. Yes. Where at least trophy is guaranteed.
He will be able to compete. He will get trophies. Yes. And he will get to play with the best of the best.
And he can play for his national side.
You understand? There's a World Cup coming up next year.
Then you ask him to come and sit on the bench.
You now tell him to come back and sit on the bench.
Somebody say he's not part of your plans. All right. Let's look at Ademola. Ademola Lookman is also there. He has told them a long time ago that he was leaving. Yeah. Why is this still dragging? We know that Inter came for him. We know that this is what Napoli says. This is what Atalanta says. This is what we have for you. Yeah. So why is he still dragging?
Ken, I don't know what is happening in Italy, but sometimes I think it's not just their football now. The way they manage situations. Look at the case of Victor Osimhen signing for Gala, and Napoli saying that they don't want him back in this area for at least the next 2 seasons. Ademola Lookman now wants to leave. Inter Milan have come into the fray. Inter played the Champions League final, I think, twice in the last 4 years. In the last 4 years. They are a decent side, and they were competing for the title up until the last day of the season, last season.
They were even going for a treble in Europe up to the last one. They lost in the final.
It was a step up. It's definitely going to be a step up for the young man, who I think has served Atlanta, but he's under contract yet again, and then the club can decide to do whatever they want to do. And the player says that there was a gentleman's agreement somewhere. You promised me that I could leave. The same thing happening with Wissa at Brentford. Since he joined them in 2020, said he's giving his all to the club. He hasn't made any fuss, he hasn't complained, he hasn't said anything. He said, but behind the scenes there had been conversations, and the club had made him promises. Now, it's the final day of the window, and nobody's saying anything anymore.
I think now we're talking about these promises, because it's getting up. Isak said they made him promises. Lookman said they made him promises. Jackson, this one is not promises. The whole world had it. They say go.
Go. We don't want you anymore.
But right now, it is like the club has. I think from now on, players and their agents should learn a lesson.
Yes.
Once the club comes and said, okay, don't go. because now if Lookman, I think he extended his, he has a extended contract. Osimhen has
extended his contract.
Extended his contract
Napoli, yeah.
because he had not extended his contract. But now nobody will tell you.
They're free agents.
Because it is within that period that they have a contract with you. They say we are exercising that right to tell where you go or where you don't go.
Ken, I really don't blame players who take that ruthless approach and leave for free.
But you cannot leave for free.
For free, yes. Because look at Kylian Mbappe and look at the way he left PSG. PSG were willing to offer him the moon and the stars.
No, but he stayed 1 year extra.
He stayed 1 year, but
Macron, the president of France, did speak with him.
Called him and all of that. Yeah. Within that 1 year, they offered him another contract.
Yes.
He said he would think about it, but I think his mind was made up. Look at Trent Alexander-Arnold. You see Liverpool fans all over the world calling him a rat because he ended up moving to a team that he's always wanted.
Somebody that played 259 games
as far as
for Liverpool.
Concerned, Trent Alexander-Arnold is a club legend for Liverpool. With everything he has achieved with that team.
FA Cup, European trophy. What else?
He has been instrumental. It's one thing to say, oh, I won it with this team.
Yes.
One is I actively participated
in the winning.
We cannot take him quickly against Barcelona. I can never forget. He still haunts me till tomorrow.
I know it. I know.
And now he's come
to sometimes just close your eye and open it. You will forget it. Okay, let us. I think if we are ready, probably we have our Oyibo from London who's going to look at this, in terms of what the contracts transfers this season has been. Before we bring in the big Daf in, Morocco just got their third CHAN.
Yes. You can't plan for something, actively plan for something and not see the results. It's not possible. We've talked about it, how Moroccan football has been on on the rise. On the rise.
Yeah.
It's been just an upward movement.
Yes.
And it's not just the men. Look at the women as well.
And the kids.
Exactly. Look at the infrastructure they have put into place. It's not possible. When you put plans in place to succeed, you will always get success.
When you plan to succeed, you succeed. But when you don't plan to succeed, I don't know what the outcome is. I only know that success is planned. It is not just putting this and that together. Okay, I think we are getting set to, to bring in our expert, our, Niger football expert. This is, because he follows it like no other person. Daffy Tite, the big Daff. Hello, Daffy, how are you?
Good afternoon, good afternoon, Ken. Good afternoon, Theo, and good afternoon to all the viewers across the world.
I say Cole don't come back for London now. Cole don't come back.
No, never reach. Remain small.
Mona no expect me soon.
We see the red t-shirt. We never started to put singlet inside.
I never wear padded clothes. So even these two that is red.
Not yet. Very soon. Maybe end of September, October, we'll start to put layers. But at the moment now, we're still on single layers.
Oh, we're gonna say a single layer. Okay, no, that is just from London, and then Daffy, what has been the transfer season been like? For our Niger boys and and ladies, if possible.
Yeah, I think, like you said, the transfers window, it closes at midnight tonight. There's been a lot of work, a lot of hard bargaining, a lot of arguments and counter arguments. And just following on from your conversation earlier, there are two things that come to mind. The first one, that song by Osofia that says agreement now agreement.
Agreement.
There is no agreement unless it is written down.
Unless it is written down.
If you have a gentleman's agreement, by the next morning, your lawyer should be in the manager's office with a piece of paper to say sign. Because otherwise, yes, there are good intentions and there are conversations that happen, but situations change. And it doesn't even have to be a squad situation. It could be your own personal relationship with the manager that might change overnight.
Yes.
So whenever you have a gentleman's agreement, the very next thing, call your lawyer, go and see the manager with a piece of paper, let him sign the very next morning, so that everybody knows that you are serious. Because otherwise, again, we're talking. You said no Bigari contract. These contracts are worth multi-million dollars, euros, pounds, whatever currency you want to say. And again, the clubs, even if it is, we look at Ademola Lookman, for example, he was supposed to move over to Inter Milan. It's a case of a €5 million difference in valuation.
Yes, in valuation.
Atalanta wanted 50 if he was going to stay in Italy. Inter wanted 45. I mean, what is 5 million in terms of 50 million? That's 10% difference in valuation. It's small money when you look at the scope of what they could win in terms of European football. But again, it's a lot of money when you're looking at it from the outside in. But looking at how our players have moved, I think a lot of the moves that have happened a little bit earlier in the transfer window. We actually had 2 transfer windows. The one just before the Club World Cup and this other one. And in that time, we have had quite a few players move around. We've had Ndidi move to Besiktas. We've had Osimhen, again, another very fraught negotiation, leaving Napoli to Galatasaray. He went, he came back, he went, he came back. They fought, they scratched, they screamed, but eventually he got it over the line. We also got Paul Onuachu, again, returning to Trabzonspor from Southampton.
Okay, I think he has played for them before.
Yeah, he played for them before. He was with them on loan from Southampton. Returned to Southampton for a little while, played a few games, scored a few goals, and then has now gotten a permanent transfer across to Trabzonspor.
Yeah.
Bright Osai Samuel returned to England with Birmingham City from Fenerbahce. Henry Onyekuru Gencleb Bigley from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, okay.
Simon Moses went across France from Nantes to Paris FC, not Paris Saint-Germain, Paris FC, the second Paris club.
The 2 stadiums between Paris, PSG and Paris, that when you throw an orange, from the other one, it can touch. There are stadiums that are just there.
It's a bit like National Stadium and Teslim Balogun Stadium. It's just across the road.
And Teslim Balogun, exactly.
It's just across the road.
Exactly.
Just be careful the throw where you throw, because now your player, you feel it. Yeah, so staying in France, we also had Chidozie Awaziem move from the MLS, I think Cincinnati, down to Nantes in France.
Okay.
Jordan Torunariga has moved from Belgium to Hamburg. We still have a few others. Benjamin Friedrich, the young man that is with Brentford, is now on loan with Denda FC, their newly promoted side in the Netherlands. He's played 6 matches for them, mostly in the right of midfield, but he's also done right back. He has done well with the Super Eagles in the Unity Cup against in the Unity Cup, where he filled in at centre back and did very well. There are a few that were still okay. I think the other one that was a bit head scratching was Gabriel Osho, that went from Ligue 1, a top 5 team, Auxerre in France, and moved to a League 1 side in the UK, Cardiff City. So that's moving from.
They are doing well in Championship. I think yes, Cardiff are doing well now.
They're in League 1. So the 3rd division in the UK.
Okay, they dropped from Championship to League 1. Wow.
Yeah, so there must be some sort of personal reason for him to move across, because he was playing in Auxerre, and it's not that he was limited to the bench.
Okay.
So there's something behind the scenes that's not been told, and he must have very good reasons for that change. But if we look forward to the next 24 hours, there are a few transfers that are in the cards. They may happen, they may not happen, but I think if we just go through, Victor Boniface just had his transfer to
AC Milan.
Yeah, that failed on medical grounds. But I'm hearing that West Ham are looking at him in the English Premiership, and that's within the last 12 hours. That interest is very strong. We see what happens if they can get that one across the line. We've got Chukwueze also to the EPL with Fulham to join his mates there, Alexander Iwobi and Calvin Bassey. We're looking to see if that will happen. Again, that has been on the cards for a few days. I don't know whether it's gone cold or they're still negotiating. I'm also hearing Rafael Onyedika is wanted in Germany, but Club Brugge will play a hard ball with them because he's very integral to their Champions League and their league aspirations. We have Iheanacho in Sevilla. Whether he will stay, whether he will not, we're not sure. We heard about Cyril Dessers, Glasgow Rangers, wanted in Greece, but the desire seemed to fade a little bit. But we're not sure whether he's 100% in the plans of the manager at Rangers. So we look to see what happens.
Who is in the plan of that the manager in Rangers? I don't understand what is happening to Rangers. This should matter that they are one of their worst starts ever. I mean, you don't catch Celtic when. Anyway, they dumped both teams out of Europe, both Rangers and Celtic. I think Celtic, I can understand that moving to Europa from the Champions League. But Rangers, I don't, the league, Europe. What is really happening?
They are playing right now.
Rangers,
I think what they need to do is just concentrate on their Scottish League first and look to see what they can get for next season. But at the moment now, like you said, I won't say they look confused, but there's a lot going on within the club. They are looking to move players around, and that's why I'm wondering whether they will keep Dessers, because again, Dessers scored a lot of goals for them last season. If I'm not mistaken, 22, 23 goals. He's the highest goal scorer in the club. I think top 3, top 4 highest goal scorers in the Scottish League. So it's not that they want to move him on for performance reasons. It will probably be for money. Financial reasons.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's okay. Let's see what is going to happen. You did mention Boniface, and then, on talking about medicals, I came across a story during the week when I was, checking, and this deadline day when Manchester United bought Wayne Rooney, Wayne Rooney did not do a medical. He didn't do a medical. They just of course, we're talking about being a teenager, maybe with time, but just
golden child in England.
Yeah.
Golden child at the time.
And they bought it without undergoing a medical.
Without worry.
I listened to his podcast, and then he said, he went to United without a medical. So sometimes, I don't know, Boniface, okay. This is good one. We shall monitor all those borderline transfer that we're thinking whether they will happen or not, and then probably when next we come to you, you give us an update. Any other update for us?
I think the only other one we mentioned Ademola Lookman. I hear he's in the UK. UK is his home. He'll be training personally, be working with personal trainers and that, because again, he's in our World Cup squad.
Yeah. So he will come down.
Qualifier squad. So he needs to keep himself fit. And of course, his lawyers will be working overtime now just to try and get him into a club that really wants him to play for him. The English Premier League, he knows very well. He has played for several clubs in the EPL. I'm just hoping that he can get a good deal within the next 12 hours or so.
All right, with the 12 hours, because the transfer deadline actually, closes tomorrow by 7 p.m. For Mali, it used to be 12 midnight. But this year's deadline has been on and off. Even within the transfer season, we have a transfer break and a resumption. But basically, we say by 7 p.m. tomorrow, everything will come down. So the deadline is on now.
And I think just to add something to that 7 p.m. The deadline is to get the paperwork in.
And of course.
Once they've got the paperwork in, they can still do medicals and all of that after. But that deadline is to sign the paperwork or
make
submit
your
the
intention.
paperwork.
Put your money down. Say you don't pay.
Put your money down.
All right. Thank you so much. Agreement. Thanks, Daffy. we continue the discussion. We'll continue the discussion. Thank you so much for being with us always when we call.
Thank you so much for the time.
All right. Okay, you had all that he's saying. Agreement.
Yes.
So when next the chairman calls you, when you are doing well, and he calls you into his office, oh my son, we value you. Don't worry, they appreciate you.
We see what you are doing.
I know this we want you, but we want you more. Then after, just stay in the next week. In fact, we are going to give you improved contract because a lot of these things will improve contract. We allow you to go where you want to go. We do all that, but when they are doing all that, I say, thank you, sir. I love what you are saying, sir. But please, can we put it in writing, sir? That is all. Can we just, let me call my agent. You understand? So that my agent can, you just thank you, sir. I know you are a father to me.
You know, Ken, the more we see all of this, the more a lot of people now understand that this is football and it's a cutthroat business, whether you like it or not. You don't just sit back and sit calm and not strategize. I was listening to former captain of the Super Eagles, our very, very good friend on the show, Sunday Lise talk the other day, and he says if you are very lucky, you have a 20-year career.
Yes.
Say if you are very, very lucky, you have a 20-year career. 20 years, we think it's a long time, but it's quite short for you not to have a plan.
That 20 years not to be at the top.
Yes.
20 years are from where you start to where you peak. You might have, if you are lucky, you have about 4 or 5 years at the top.
And he says you have a very short window. And you have to be strategic. You need to plan. And you don't just leave your fate to club owners and even sometimes to agents. You need to be intentional. And if a manager or your chairman or your coach comes and tells you, oh, I see what you're doing. I was watching a video of Thierry Henry when he was at Juve. And he said they reached out to him because the Juve were trying to, sign a player from another team within the Serie A at the time. But they needed, the team were requesting for a player from Juve. And Juve at the time, Henry wasn't Henry, as we know him to be later at Arsenal back then. And they told him, oh, we trust you so much. We really appreciate what we are doing. We see you, but we require you to go on loan so that we can bring the other player. Yes. And Henry now asked and said, don't you trust Del Piero?
Okay.
Don't you believe in him?
Yes.
Why don't you send him
on loan?
He said, but it wasn't, at that moment, he made up his mind. He wasn't going to play for Juve anymore. And he began to plan his exit. So I think footballers should learn to see the signs. In as much as the clubs also, it's a business. They're trying to make money, trying to turn a profit, they have targets that they want to hit as well. So you need to know, okay, am I in their future plans? Will I be kicked out and be told to come back just like Nicholas Jackson was asked to do so? But whatever, however you decide to see it, like what Daffy just said, agreement.
Agreement. Okay, so let's see. Let's take just the NPFL before we go on a short break. The NPFL game week 2 kicked off yesterday, and then yesterday this Bendel Insurance took on Shooting Stars.
Yes, 2 juggernauts, Nigerian football, not really as they've not really been matching the way we expect them to match as of recent. Whether you like it or not, you would not mention these 2 names in Nigerian football, and then nobody would nobody will argue with you.
In fact, those 2 goals were scored under 12 minutes.
Yes.
6th minute Shooting Stars, 12th minute Insurance equalized.
I'm glad Shooting Stars were able to go to Benin and get a point.
Those are the 2 points. That are the first point for both of them. The Shooting Stars lost are sold to Bayelsa United.
I'm really hoping that this does not define their season. No. I hope that because I know we talked about this. How do you expect a team to do well when you ship players?
You sack 25
and the mass exodus.
You sign 28.
You understand? At what point do these players get to jail?
To understand themselves. You don't bring 11 pillars.
I remember when Chelsea won the Champions League in 2002, whether you like it or not, the fact that those boys have played together for a long time. He played a major role because they came up against teams that on paper were supposed to decimate them. But what they had going for them but the fact that these guys understood each other and they've been together for a long time.
The Barcelona team of Iniesta, Xavi,
Busquets,
Messi,
Pedro,
they all have played in La Masia
for so long. And I think it's some of the benefit that Hansi Flick was actually even reaping as our last season. But looking at the fixtures, Bayelsa United will be taking on Obareh FC, Kano Pillars will be hosting Wiki Tourists, Nasarawa United will be hosting Abia Warriors, Katsina United will visit Plateau United, Rivers United will be taking on Kwara United, Rangers International will be visiting newly promoted Warrior Wolves, and of course, Ikorodu City will host El Kanemi
All those matches are today. We go on a very short break, and when we come back, Channel Sport on Sunday continues. Go nowhere. Welcome back. Was I lost for a minute? No, I wasn't. We have a full house. They all arrived. And here we are. Channel Sport on Sunday. Is it ladies first after men, men after ladies? Okay. I'm starting with Jimmy. Jimmy is back in the house. Hello, Jimmy.
Yeah, ever a pleasure to be here and to see a beautiful lady in the studio, a champion. I mean, I'm enthralled.
He's enthralled. Okay. Obareh is wearing black too. Okay. Obareh, how are you?
Yeah, Ken, it's nice being here. Okay, we are 3 blacks. So I would rather see $100,000 sitting beside me because the male have paid to actually get the $100,000.
So later you see a female sports person in Nigeria,
exactly.
You think of $100,000. This is not fair. This is not. But you see, there's in our house we for I'm a good fit climber. Because when you look at it, the Falcons went and got $100,000. The Tigers went and got $100,000. Then we went to Chad. The Tigers went. We won 3. We thought let the matter stop there first. Later we shall look at this gender thing because I mean it's not too fair. In every aspect, you don't compare Super Falcons and and the Super Eagles or the Tigers and the Tigers. We're talking about 1 to 6. We're talking about 3 to 12 because it is not even 3 to 10. The ratio is not just there. Remember, we have a champion in the house. She was here some years back. Then she was going for the All Africa Games. National champion, African champion. She fought everywhere. She floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee. The first time I watched her, it was at the national trials at the National Stadium. It was, the way she was jabbing. When Kini Walara, you understand? We are kind in the house. She just suddenly she jacked mad. Now she wear uniform, but I don't know in a uniform she wear. She will briefly tell us her stories and why she flew from America back to Lagos, back she's back home, for some time actually. We have Kehinde Joy Obareh. Hello, Kehinde, how are you?
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, the last time you were here, our callers collected your number, and then
absolutely
yes, and you are still looking very beautiful, and and take away. Okay. How has it? The past years, how has it been?
Great. It's very good. Out of sport for a while now, but it's really good that you have to experience something different out of being a sport lady.
Being a sport lady, you have to speak up. You understand? Talk about, whether they feel your opponent, they feel your jab for the ring.
She didn't jump on
of course, no. If she talks the way you talk, people will not understand her. So she does.
Don't start, okay.
Boxing, we're talking boxing. That is who you are. That is who you've been. That is what brought all of us together. You fought here in the amateur. You represented Nigeria. Can you give us a few of those times you represented us? And what are the medals you won?
Yeah, in lightweight, I was unbeatable in Nigeria before that travel, and I'm 2 times African champion too. 2015, I was rated number 15 in the world in lightweight category. So I've won the medals for Nigeria. But to look at home, and it's nice. I love boxing a lot. Boxing is part of me, and boxing has made me who I am today. So me coming back to Nigeria is trying to give back to the upcoming athletes, especially boxers, female boxers. I'm trying to encourage them and also be a role model to them.
And also be a role model to them. By the time you were here that time, you never be mama. Now you're a mother. now you're a mother.
Yeah.
What's it like bringing up your kids? I mean, I remember you Maryland, staying in the barracks and stuff like that. What is it like bringing out your kids outside this country? The way you were brought up in Nigeria and the way I bring your kids in America, what is the difference?
It's a lot of different. Raising kids in the US is a lot of different. And it's so demanding, challenging, but I mean, you're going to work it out. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Work out. The way you work out in the ring, the way you work out.
No. Nobody was trained how to, nobody taught us how to be a mother.
Yeah.
Nobody taught you how to be a wife.
Yeah.
You just had to work it out and whatever that worked for you. So I have two beautiful kids, a boy and a girl.
Okay, I think for me, it should be about the breaking down the cultural barriers because we still have that sentiment in this part of the world where you think when ladies get into sport, it might affect their fertility.
Yeah.
So I think that is what message you should be passing across. That look, we have an African champion who was taking punches for motherland, actually still a mother of two, and if she had wanted more, probably.
Yeah, like what you said, sometime years back when I was starting boxing, I had a lot of people say that to me. You won't have child, you're a boxer, they're going to punch out your stomach, you won't have child. That's a lie. It's nothing like that. That's really a lie. And they say that a lot that every little female athletes, they're usually, trying to brainwash us that we won't have a child after we stop, maybe stop being an athlete. That's really a lie. There's nothing like that. I have two beautiful kids, and they are so healthy, and as you can see, I'm doing well too.
Yes, you're looking good. Looking good is good business. Yeah. All right. She will just take this part. I shall open the line so that you guys want to talk to her and stuff. When I don't ask for a number again, I like to call her number. You want to represent your boxers. You understand? What informed that, and also a two-pronged question. You also say, look, you want to start having tournaments. So can you just marry those two together?
Yes, I'm trying to come out for athletes reps in boxing to be able to speak for them and be there whenever they have an issue. They can speak to me, and I can also be to represent them when they're not there. But I'm planning to have a competition probably towards the end of the year, and to encourage the boxers. What we lack in boxing is competition. You can train, if you train a whole year, 2 years, 3 years without no competition, you won't know your ability and what you can do outside of the ring. So I'm planning to organize a competition towards the end of the year, especially to encourage the female boxers.
Is it going to be an all-female tournament?
For now, it's going to be a female competition.
Oh, beautiful.
For now.
Okay.
For now. I'm really, 2 weeks ago, I was in stadium looking at those female boxers. And by the way, we have a lot of beautiful female boxers. As you can see,
that's what.
Looking back.
Oh yeah. That's what to marry boxer. You see, you just have to cut your temper first, because one day it is by mistake. It is by mistake. He said, I didn't mean to hit him. So you want to marry a boxer? They are beautiful. I'm not saying don't do that. We'll open the lines now. You guys can join us. I know you can talk. You can talk to Joy. You can talk to us on the things we're talking about. But before we throw the next question, I don't want to throw this that Nigeria. Is bidding to host the Commonwealth Games in 2030. As it is now, Canada is also, trying to host. Of course, Nigeria is proposing Abuja to be the host city, while Canada is saying, look, we are having a lot of cities coming together within Canada to do that. India, in the last 48 hours, India also has just joined, and so we are looking at it, because if we have Nigeria, Canada, and India, we want to look at, because the Nigerian bid is having the Africa backing. The African Commonwealth team, they are backing them. We have 56 countries in the Commonwealth, and then out of that, 21. Where Nigeria is from, are from Africa. If you look at Asia, where India is from, they have 8, while Canada is right there, where you have the Caribbean and Americas, they have 13. Europe has only 3. You can see Cyprus, Malta, and the United Kingdom are the only 3 nations in the Commonwealth in the Europe. Others are the Pacific nations. So if we can go, I don't know, gentlemen, let me come to you. If we can have this 21 supporting Nigeria, that is, because I know that there are certain countries in East Africa who has very close ties with India. Very close ties with the Indian population, whatever, even in South Africa, they are so close. Yeah. Where are we going to muster? Because we're saying, okay, Canada and India, sharing the votes, and Nigeria maybe having the bulk 21 votes.
Yeah, I think 2014, when we wanted to celebrate our centenary, and we beat them for the Commonwealth under General Yakubu Gowon. We lost them to Glasgow by 47 to 24 votes. So, but of recent, bidding for the Commonwealth Games has not been that the peak of the park. It has not been that exciting. Let me put it that way. So you've had people even getting the hosting right and pulling out. At the point, there was nobody to host the Commonwealth Games. So I don't think the competition will be that stiff. So
with India and Canada.
Yeah, I don't think it should be that still. But again, for the...
Do you have the infrastructures to put in that? Exactly. I'm talking about 2030. Because one, we hosted all Africa Games. I mean, we have to that's looking for money.
People talking about, the bidding process.
Yeah, I'm talking about, the bidding process, they will come and visit and check your facilities. That's what I'm saying.
Ken, as our 2014, we had everything. To host the Commonwealth.
So what has happened now?
No, as then, because it was a competitive bid, we lost the hosting right.
All right.
But the challenge now is, I think we have this rotation, zoning. So, but I think because the Scotland, they've hosted so many times.
For you.
So, India, yes, they've not actually done much. I think they've hosted maybe once or so.
2010 Delhi.
So, I think it should just be the time for the Africans.
Okay, at the time for Nigeria.
But we have the facility.
Okay.
We can have the facility.
Because we can, but we don't have at the moment. I'm not excited about it because we are struggling with infrastructural deficit at this point in time. So when you are talking about hosting the Commonwealth and there's nothing on ground that suggests you'll be able to host the competition conveniently, then it's nothing to really be excited
about. Let's come back to boxing because we have Akane in the house. Her name is also Joy, that she's looking joyous.
Joy is coming. Joy
is in the house. Boxing in Nigeria, boxing where you guys, represented Nigeria, winning laurels for Nigeria. What has happened? I mean, formerly we used to have a lot of boxers. I remember you were here with Femi.
Yeah.
Yes. He's also, he turned professional, did box under Mayweather promotion and stuff like that. And then at a point, you also wanted to turn professional yourself. I remember.
She actually said she was going to become a world champion. Like 5 years ago.
So what you said, the absence of competitions. But let me look at it. Male and female box. Okay, we have Ike is on the line. Let's reach Ike. Hello, Ike. How are you?
Thank you. I'm fine, very much fine. I'm calling you from Suleja, Niger State.
All right.
I'm asking about Enyimba.
Okay.
I didn't see have they been relegated? I wanted to know where they are playing it. I didn't see them. I see
they've not been relegated. They played goalless draw, I think, in their first game.
Yeah.
And today, Enyimba is there. Okay, I think Enyimba is playing. I think they are playing on Monday.
On Monday, yeah.
Yes,
okay.
They are playing on Monday. That's why I didn't see them. I will ask them. They will put it in the fixture. These are just today's fixtures. They are playing on Monday. Yes.
Okay. All right. I wish Bayelsa United good luck. Thank you.
All right. Okay, you love Bayelsa. They went to Ibadan last week and defeated the Shooting Stars away. So Bayelsa.
Yes, I watched the highlight in your station.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. That's Ike.
Today.
So before Ike called, we're talking about what are the challenges facing female boxers when they get as compared to male boxers, especially when you guys were in boxing here. Is there any special challenge?
Oh, I can't really say there is any special challenge.
Yeah.
But all I can say in any sport, females always have upper hand. So like in All African Game, I was the first person that won gold for Nigeria in All African Game.
Wow.
With a date. So we have 2 gold for female and 1 for male.
Okay.
So, yes.
So even in boxing, when I say pass us to.
Okay.
Even right now, Oshoba is doing quite well.
Yeah,
she's a champion.
Female, we just we usually have upper hand, and the challenges we have in, I don't know about other sport, but boxing is competition.
Okay.
We have to the exposure. That was what helped me.
Okay.
So the competition, yes. You can't expect me to be training for a whole year without no competition. So you can't expect me to be training for 2 years, and after 2 years, you're taking me out of the country to represent Nigeria. It won't come out good. I mean, I'm going to look bad, and the country is going to look bad too. But in a year, if we can able to have like a 3 competition outside of the country, that you're making me to know my ability and who I'm better than and who is better than me. So the first time I had to travel for the African Female Championship in Cameroon, I think I fought like 4 or 5 African countries. I won the gold. So now that I felt also encouraged like to do more. Before I was able to go to All African Game, and I had to go to in All African Game. So the competition helped me. So if there is no competition, there is no how you want to know which boxer is good. So that was what we were really lacking, and that's what I'm trying to do. Like, especially the female boxing, like I'm overemphasizing it. I want a situation we're gonna have a competition yearly. I'm trying to organize yearly competition for female boxers. We have a lot of them, and I don't want it to look like a way. Before I was able to give the opportunity, it took time for me to be able to begin there. So I don't want them to lack that opportunity too.
Okay, would there be something like prize money for the boxers?
Of course, they're going to be a prize money. That reminds them. Years back, one of my first opportunities I had to box, they gave me 50,000 naira.
Yeah.
That was years back. 50,000 was like a 50 million.
Yes.
And that encouraged me a lot. And I thought if I can box, they gave me 50,000 naira. I'm not leaving though. I'm going to be in this book. No. So they're going to be a cash prize. Trust me, they're going to be. And they're going to be a cash prize. And not only that, I'm trying to make in a way that after the competition, they're going to be away. They're going to travel out of the country. Okay. To fight with some other people too.
Okay. Okay. Let's have Jimo. Jimo, how are you?
Okay, Jimo.
Hello, Jimo.
Hello, I'm on the line. I'm still on the line.
All right. Let's hear you.
Okay. I want to answer whether in her family they respect her, because I heard that he has given birth to 2 children.
Yeah.
I want to know
whether he did what?
Because all boxers, whenever I look at them, I don't think they can.
You are afraid.
Okay.
What's the question?
She said, whether you respect your husband or you knock your husband. Jimo. She's not good. She's gentle and respectful.
No.
Yeah.
She's very, I can say that for her. She's very gentle. She's very respectful. Okay. Very.
Okay.
Yeah. It is when in the ring that you see the tiger in her, but outside the ring, I tell you this.
When you are in the society where even Shekari Richardson, I think she had an altercation with the partner, and of course she was not even someone you could see how light she was, as light as anything. So how much more a professional? So
it's part of
the law takes care of those kind of things.
It's part of the creed, really. Boxers, then also military personnel. They are some of the most disciplined people.
That is why they say an officer and a gentleman. And that's why they say sportsman. You understand?
Yeah, but
I mean, a boxer would not go out to go and fight. Yes.
Gentlemen of the press.
So it's not only officer. I don't know about that one at all. Gentlemen of the press.
Officer and gentleman.
Officer and a gentleman. From beginning, they are trained to be officers and gentlemen.
Exactly.
And look, these are the people you are defending. And that is what it is anyway. And you see them, that's why when you see their uniform, you see how smart, everything they want to look, it presents that.
But Ken, I have a question for Kende.
Okay. Okay, Ada is on the line. Hello, Ada, you a boxer?
No, not no.
All right, let's hear you. Kende is here.
No, I'm not.
Okay, all right, okay. Yeah, go on.
Good afternoon, all.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I want something. Okay. Congratulations on your boxer. Is good. So, please, can you people give us some of her archives so that we can see her in action?
Okay. Okay. You just hit something on the head. I think we would have done that. Let the time we are moving time. Let's see if we can do that before the end of the show. If we can get something, we'll just push it out to you because I know we still have some of something in our archives. I will check for it. Thank you, Ada. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for reminding us. Okay.
So Ken, she talked about wanting to become the athlete rep for the federation.
Yeah.
So what engagement have you held to be able to secure this very important position?
And there's going to be an election, so we're waiting for them to announce the date of election.
Okay.
So there's going to be an election in the.
But what about other stakeholders? Have you started, relating with them about your aspiration?
Of course.
Brilliant.
Yeah, of course. I was able to talk to a couple of boxers, and the boxers are going to vote.
Yeah.
I mean, the vote will count for who they want to be an athlete rep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So.
Okay, I think we're having more and more people from the diaspora.
Exactly.
Just like the athletics.
Exactly. I don't know if let us see if we'll see have a few some minutes on the show. While we do that, can we just take? Is it possible to take a very short break? Want to take a very, very short break if we have the time? Can we take a short break? Oh, okay.
Stay connected to the...
Okay, we'll just have it a few minutes to go, actually, because I've just checked our archives and there were a lot of things that she did here. But, together, just about 3 more minutes to go, so it's difficult for us. But what I'm going to do is this. By our next week Sunday, I promise you this, we are going to rule those things where you see her box, where you see her training and other things. We're about living.
Yeah, I wish her well. I mean, she's someone I've known for over a decade, and I trust she will be able to get the job done.
Okay.
Yeah, wishing her the best in the election so that we have the capable and trusted hands in the federation.
Okay. Joy, can you speak to your fans and speak to your federation?
All I have to say is to my boxers, like I've always said before, if you vote me as your athlete rep, I'm really going to represent you very well. And I wanted to say something to some parents of the boxers.
Yeah.
Please, especially the female, our mothers and our fathers, encourage your daughter. Please don't discourage them. My mom supported me. My dad never at first, but later when he see the money coming, he supported me. So please support your parents. It doesn't matter whatever sport they find themselves in. That's all I have to say.
That's why support your children. When she saw $50,000 then, 5,000 naira, is that about how much now? Is that what there is something like all right. I know when they now telling me let's close, it's time for us to go. Yeah, it's been nice being here today. I'm Ken Ochonogo. Yes, God bless Nigeria. They thought I've missed my priority. I've got myself.